This week's episode is on numbers.
Yes, we talk about people's obsessions with numbers that they're scared of, their favorite numbers, their least favorite numbers, what they like to count. It's just a lot of numbers.
Make sure to like and subscribe, share with a friend, and thank you guys so much for watching.
Yay!
Yay!
Also, there's a cat under your desk, and can I grab it?
Yeah, but he looks so relaxed.
I know. That's the thing about cats is like, I just want to. Do you know what cute aggression is?
When you want to squeeze something to death?
Yeah.
I know, like when you have a kid, they say you don't. What do they say? Don't squeeze it.
Okay, I think that's like a health thing. This is like I just want to put their head in my mouth.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
You're like, I don't, because this cat has been keeping you up for like 4 hours.
I am very sleep deprived. So 3 hours of sleep, 2 days in a row. Not ready for kids. I'll tell you that much.
But you know what you are ready for?
The Weirdly Obsessed podcast.
We're really good at like finding. I was like waiting for a transition into that. No, but yes, I want to eat my cat. Like sometimes on stream, I'll just be like, the best. You know how people like smell like a baby's head?
Yes.
I do with my cats. You do it tonight because you're cat sitting. Just smell between like the back of their head. It smells so good.
Does it?
Yeah. It's just like because when they clean, they're like really like this.
Oh.
That's where all their pheromones are.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just, every time I hold my cat, I'm like, I just want to fucking, I just want to squeeze you and gnaw on you, put your head in my mouth and bite it off. And everyone's like, I don't think that's normal. I'm like, it is. It's like your body can't handle how cute
it is. Yeah.
Like I don't get work done.
Damn.
Because I just stare at my cats all day. I'm just like, must be nice to not pay taxes.
I still really want to do an episode on cats.
We are going to do one. Today's episode is on cats. No, it's not. But anyways, how's life been?
Life has been, anytime Lisa and I check in, it's just like,
we don't have money or time, so we have to.
But we're manifesting it, so we have an abundance of money and time. I have so much money and time. It actually has been really nice because we've been in town. I haven't been on the road for 3 weeks.
I feel like you're always gone. Now I'm always gone.
We're taking turns.
Yeah, Jesus.
I go to Chicago next week.
Oh, nice.
Where
are you
performing next weekend? Comedy Bar. It was just a really cool club in Chicago. You should definitely message them.
I'm trying to get to Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago's cool.
I love Chicago. It's dope.
It's like right downtown Chicago, and it's a whole weekend.
Have you flicked the bean?
Earlier this morning.
The Chicago bean. Have you flicked that bean yet?
The 2 times ago when I went there. Last time I was too tired.
Too tired. It's too big of a bean to flick.
It's a really big bean.
It's a big ass bean. I get it. I'm too tired to flick my own bean,
Oh my God. You got to make time.
I am definitely trying to like get to other clubs. Like I'm doing Dallas next month.
That'll be fun.
But like me, it's like this is why I should date a comic. So then I have like someone that can headline and or feature with me instead of me being like, well, I'm just going to go alone. And I went to this thing. This is awesome what I'm talking about. I've been going to a lot of events because this is what happens when you don't have a job is that you just say yes to everything. Especially in LA because you don't know who you're going to meet. No. And I met this guy who was from Dallas and he was talking about how he moved here from Dallas a couple years ago and he was like in his 50s. And I was like, oh, I'm headlining Dallas Comedy Club. And he goes, oh, where is that at? He goes, oh, that's a famous street people get stabbed on. He's like, no. It's just, like you'll probably see a stabbing, but maybe not that weekend.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh, okay. He goes, you can make some stabbing jokes if you want. But yeah, I know a lot of people have been stabbed on Elm Street. And I was like,
oh my God.
Cool. Well, anyways, I'm going to tell jokes that night.
That's terrifying.
Because they will love you. I was like, I don't even know what that means.
There's a lot of stabbings. They're going to love you though.
They're going to love you because of the stabbings. I look very stabbable.
Jeez.
I probably look like I stabbed someone.
You look like you would stab someone. Yeah. Which is a better way to look.
Yeah. I look like I've been in a Waffle House.
I look stabbable.
Yeah. But
I'm like, stab me.
But I've been going to all these events because it's like I want to meet people and network. And the good thing about LA is that everyone also wants to be networking. Like you asking for someone's Instagram is the same thing as them asking for yours. Like
it's like their LinkedIn.
Yeah, it's like a LinkedIn. Except for now I'm like, I don't know how to post on LinkedIn. I feel like I can't be myself. LinkedIn is very curated to like nothing about me is wrong. I say all the right things and I only use the big words and the big sayings. And I'm just like, you know what I posted on LinkedIn? I said, I went to this conference and I wore my thrifted pants and people complimented them. And these pants were $15, but they're normally $80. That was what I posted on LinkedIn.
You really did?
Because my friend was like, post how you went to the conference. I was like, okay. I went to the conference and I wore my thrifted pants. But I got compliments, but I was easily the poorest person there. And they were like, oh, those are nice pants. I was like, $15. Goodwill, baby. It was nice.
LA, though, is the best place to thrift.
Oh, well,
there's so much good stuff.
The only problem is that LA also charges LA prices to thrift some places.
That's actually why I stopped going to just Goodwill in general, is because
like I'm not paying for $30 pants at Goodwill.
They charge you a lot.
It's Goodwill.
I know. There's
That's
been like
more like Badwill.
They're like, it goes to a good cause. I'm like, does it?
Does it? Because it smells like rats. And this only costs $10 more at the normal store.
Is there like, why do all Goodwills smell the same? Is there like a cleaning thing that they must put?
I think it all smells like mothballs to me.
It does.
Yeah. Like, I don't think that's cleaning. I think that's just preventing moths. But I did go to this one thing where it's like, and like I had not really a bit, but I had like a sketch I wanted to do off this. But basically, I met all these people who have brands that try to reach out to other brands. I do collaborations. Like I went to a Sonic the Hedgehog IHOP event where you can get pan coins for DLC. It was like, what? I don't know. Sonic is here.
Was there a lot of kids?
It was like influencers only, which I thought even funnier. It's like children should be here.
Yeah, this is for kids.
It's like obviously like Knuckles is a character, so they had a Knuckles sandwich. They had the Dr. Eggman's Benedict. It was like, I love it. It was great. But I met the person that like runs it and they were like, that's what they do, is that there's so many weird collaborations like Fortnite and Sephora. It's like, no, 12-year-olds are playing Fortnite. They're shopping at Sephora. And then like my friends will get like makeup in the mail and be like, oh, thank you for the Halo makeup collaboration. I'm like, who is this for? Right? And so I always thought it'd be really funny because we had to do this stuff at my old job where I had this sketch where we'd have a random hat of brands and a random hat of video games. And you had to choose a brand and a video game and you had to try to sell that product.
That's fun.
As if it was in the game. So it was like Pampers diapers and Legend of Zelda. And so I was like talking to this person. I was like, this is a great connection, but should I spitball this idea to them? Because that would be hilarious.
Hey, that would be a great collab for you and I to do.
Yeah,
I got the
obsessed with diapers.
You got the Zelda.
There we go. Actually, this is how we do a brand collab. Because every episode we just talk about we're weirdly obsessed with Pampers this week.
Yay!
One final P.
One final P.
Sponsors by Pampers. Sponsors by Pampers. Yeah. But anyways, so we don't have time for anything, but that's why we have to be bi-weekly. But hopefully
soon
these Pampers and whatnot will be listening to this podcast and be like, hey, I really dig their vibe.
Yay.
You know, like the couple across a bar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I actually just remembered I have a current obsession right now.
Hear that, guys? She's leveling up.
I know. Usually I do, but like since we started, I just have been like
obsessed with this.
Obsessed with this has been my obsession.
Wait, what's your obsession? Because now I want to tell you my obsession.
Oh, yay. Okay. So right now, which I feel like you might be into this, I'm doing dry brushing and then gua sha.
Wait, what's gua sha?
It is the stone like that you do on your face and your body.
Oh, I mean, I have like a stone roller.
Okay, you know the thing that comes with the roller usually? It's like there's the roller and then there's that little thing.
Yeah.
That's the gua sha.
I didn't know it had such a fancy, sexy name.
Gua sha.
I was just like, I'm putting rocks on my skin and it'll heal my anxiety, right?
Yeah, exactly. But I am like full YouTube deep dive tutorials, trying to do it every day.
Okay, that's a healthy thing to be obsessed with, though.
Yeah, but I hope it sticks like a good habit.
I love dry brushing.
Yeah, it feels really good so far.
I like dry brushing and exfoliating, but I have to be really careful with tattoos.
Oh my God.
Yeah, just rip them all off. No, I'm just kidding. No, dry brushing really helps with what's that? The
lymph nodes.
The new term that everyone's like, this is what I have body dysmorphia about. Strawberry legs. Have you heard that term? No.
Varicose veins?
No. Strawberry legs is like when you shave and you have the little bumps.
Oh, razor burn?
No, they're like little black bumps. Like you probably don't get them.
That would set my trypophobia off.
Yeah, not really.
If that was on my legs, oh my God.
It's just it's just like your hair gets thicker while you shave, so you have like little thick like pores from it. I get them sometimes.
Don't show me. Strawberries are one of the first things that I knew I had trypophobia.
That is so funny to me.
I was like, I'm gonna cut these holes off, and I would just.
Do you just bite them, make you feel more powerful?
I would. A knife feels better.
Well, now that if you do dry brushing or skin brushing, it helps with that because it like kind of exfoliates your skin. So now I don't get them anymore.
That's good.
And if I do get them, I just tattoo over it. Like that's just it's like putting a patch on a. You know what? I'm just gonna put a tattoo on that. It's fine. My weird obsession is way unhealthy. It's a video game. Which is why I like wish that you saw Starship Troopers because it's like a classic like 90s sci-fi movie that's so goofy. I've been playing this game called Helldivers and I don't ever play multiplayer games really because I like get anxiety when I'm playing with other people. But the whole point of the game is that you can like accidentally kill your friends. And it's really funny. And I've been playing exclusively with comedians.
Oh, that's
because
fun.
that's how much of an indoor person I am. Is like I could go to a show to network or I could just DM someone and be like, hey, you want to hell dive after your show tonight? And then while we're hell diving together, me and like 3 other comedians, I'll be like, so, oh, you booked this in San Diego? That's awesome. Wow, I would love to come down there and do that show sometime. And then as they're shooting me, like, yeah, totally, I'll put you on my show.
That sounds so fun.
I know. And now I'm like, fuck, I need to start doing more like comedian gaming nights where it's like, hey, I don't actually want to meet you in person, but I do want to shoot you a bunch with a gun. Like but that's been my obsession, which is also why I'm glad that I'm like leaving the house every weekend. Like I was in Boise, now I'm in Vegas tonight. And then next week in San Diego, then Seattle, then Dallas. And I'm like, good, keep me out of my bedroom. That's all I'm asking is please, I need to see the sunshine so I don't burn into a crisp when it gets too hot. But anyways, transition to today's episode.
Yes.
Yeah. We have you know what? This one was a suggestion of someone from my stream who's probably subscribed to our empty Patreon. So shout out to them.
Yes, thank you so much.
Which we will have an episode uploaded when this comes out.
Yep.
When this comes out. It will be on our Patreon next Thursday because we just have to, all we have to do is press button.
Just press the button.
And that's it. And we're too tired to just press that one button. There was a suggestion from someone in my stream and I was like, that's not a bad idea because I think a lot of our topics have been so like broad and now we can start narrowing them down a bit. And so today's weirdly obsession is numbers. Yeah.
I was going to say that we narrowed it down to 1.
Wow. Stand-up comedian Mandy Martino, everybody.
Yeah, I'm really good. So this one I have a lot of things that I found online, so pardon the phone.
Let's start with the definition today with his arithmomania.
Yeah.
I said mommy mania.
Mommy mania.
Mommy milkers.
I don't know. Mommy milkers. Soon you Patreoners will understand that. Or you whoppers, we like to call you. Okay, so first, the main thing with numbers and the thing that we found the most was just OCD in general.
Yes.
Like
which is 3 letters.
Yes.
Just kidding. I just get fucking psychotic about this whole episode.
So I guess we'll get in. I'm going to say first OCD, which we all know. OCD is a brain disorder that can cause repeated counting, numbering, fears of certain numbers, obsessions about harm coming to others, anxiety, and distress. Fun stuff.
Good times.
Counting OCD is also known as mommy milkers.
Mommy milkers mania.
Is known as arthromania. Arithmomania.
Arithmomania.
Anyways, it is a common subtype of obsessive compulsive disorder characterized by an intense preoccupation with numbers and a compulsion to engage in repetitive counting behaviors.
Have you ever had that?
No, but like when I pump gas and like I like to try.
You're like, how expensive is that? When I pump gas. Wow, it's really expensive today.
I like things to end on clean numbers.
Yeah.
Like I like to make sure if like I try to pay like $30 for gas, and I hate when it goes over. I'm like, damn it. Like I like clean numbers.
I like competing with myself how fast I can go, mainly. Yes.
When I get gas, I always feel like it's a free game. Like it's like a game at like an arcade.
Yeah, like how much money can you take from me? It's a great game.
I meant like how close can you get to the dollar you're trying to spend?
Well, I was thinking about it because like I had a big one when I was a kid, which I still have now if I'm in high buildings because I don't know if you knew this. I'm so terrified of heights. I think I've talked about this before. It's really bad. My acrophobia, I think it's called. I think it's called acrophobia. I don't know. There's too many fucking words.
Yeah.
I still to this day refuse. Like if I got the best apartment in the world and it was above the 4th floor, I would not take it.
Really?
I can't do it. I can't even look down our rooftop patio.
Damn.
And it's only 3 stories up. I get such bad anxiety, and so. What it is if I'm walking upstairs, I have to count the stairs to calm myself so I don't think about how high I'm going.
That makes sense.
But then once you hit like stair 75, you're like, well, I'm going to jump off. Like,
yeah, what's your number that you freak out at? 75.
It's just more like the counting itself. Like some people have it where they count to a number. Mm-hmm. And then I have it where I'm counting as a comfort thing. Like how people would count sheep to sleep, which I don't think anyone actually ever did that.
Oh, yeah. Where did those sheep
Maybe farmers in Ireland in the 1800s.
That's probably it.
We should look up the history of counting sheep.
But
I do other things like when I was so obsessed with my health, I counted my calories even when I didn't need to. Even to this day, I still am very harsh on myself. I think that's why I drink so much coffee because I'm like, this is free calories, baby.
It is. It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's just shitting a lot. It's great.
I didn't even think about counting calories.
Yeah, because like counting can go just not the number, just having a number of something. Mm-hmm. Like I bring up the show all the time. It's Always Sunny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which we're just going to have to binge it together.
I've seen it all.
Oh.
But I have a really bad memory. So if I don't watch something like 5+ times.
I'm the same way. I need to count my memories now.
I just didn't see the last season is all I said.
But did you remember the episode where Charlie's mom had the weird counting thing with the lights?
No.
Okay. I think it was an older episode where like him and Mac were staying at his mom's house, and he noticed that his mom would turn the light on and off 3 times in all the rooms of the house. And he was like, why does your mom do that? And he goes, oh no, it's nothing. It's weird. And then Charlie started doing it and pretending he wasn't. And it's like, that is such a real thing, though, because I used to do that when I was a kid.
With the light switch?
No, with stairs. I hated an uneven number of stairs, and I would actually walk over a step if it wasn't even. It was like, don't step on the crack or you'll fall and break your back or whatever. Mm-hmm. It was like that with stairs. Like, if it was 13 steps, I would be like, no, it's 12, bitch.
You thought you were going to trick me?
My 3-year-old self, like, fuck you. But that was like my big experience. And then I knew that like with other people I knew that had like OCD and autism, like they had like an obsessive number. Like they would have to count to 7 or they would get in a car accident. Like that was such an irrational fear. And I would be like, that's crazy. But then I now understand it. Yeah.
It seems like it's a very common thing.
Well, apparently not, because you don't do it. So no, just kidding. Well, I was reading about the OCD stuff because I didn't get diagnosed with OCD until I was 19.
That's a while.
But all of the big things I had was when I was a kid.
So in 19, does that mean that did you go to get yourself checked? Like what made you?
I think I was either 19 or 20. Who knows? I wasn't counting.
But you were like out of the house.
Yeah. I like went to an actual like therapist. I first went to a social.
You didn't self-diagnose on TikTok?
Oh, no, I didn't have TikTok back then. We had social workers. It was crazy. You had to actually go in and get yourself checked. No, because, and that was another thing that I want to bring up, is that I looked up the OCD thing, and they said a lot of it was because people of OCD crave having structure. Like you need to have some sort of structure. That's why I'm a very schedule-based person.
Yeah.
Because, we record at such a scheduled time every week, Like I have to write down everything every day. I have like my color-coded apps. Everything has to be like organized and structured, because when it wasn't, I lose my shit.
Yeah.
Like, and that was the same thing with like going upstairs. Like it was like, I know I'm getting higher and higher. It's giving me vertigo. It's going to give me vertigo. And then I would just count and like look at my feet and I count the steps. I'd be like, okay, now I'm like in my comfort zone. And so like my whole life, I didn't realize I craved that sort of structure. I kind of blame my parents on this because they didn't give us curfew or anything. My dad tried to, but I don't think he knew what it meant.
It's so funny.
I got in trouble once. Like we were drinking. Oh my God, this is totally off subject. But have you seen the TikTok trend of them drinking Mad Dog 2020?
No.
Well, Gen Z discovered terrible alcohol. Gen Z's drinking MD 2020 and like as a cute thing. Like, oh, I just discovered this $3 bottle of liquor. I was like, no, you didn't. There's a reason why we haven't been drinking it for a very long time. I got caught drinking that by the cops. I lied and said it was orange juice. And they were like, we're not getting you in trouble, but we are going to drop you off at your parents' house so they know what you did. Ooh. And I got in trouble that night. My dad tried to give me a curfew for now on, and that never worked. I literally left the next house tonight, and he was just like, well, just text me when you're going to be home. Like that's like if you try to ground someone, you're like, yeah, but you can still leave. It's like, you don't know how to be a dad.
Yeah, my parents tried grounding me once, and because my parents weren't strict, like I didn't go crazy, but it was just like they weren't strict.
You didn't go crazy.
Like I didn't like need to be
only about Billy Joel Armstrong, nothing else though.
Yeah. But they grounded me, and I was like, okay, then I'm just invite all my friends over. And then I just called everyone I knew, and I was like, "Hey,
I was allowed to smoke weed once. I was able to do it in the house. They're like, you guys can smoke weed, but only here." I was like, okay. So then then I randomly became the most popular person my senior year of high school. It's crazy. No, but like I didn't have any structure in my life, so I didn't have anything. I just felt like I was all over the place, and nobody was telling me what to do. And I was working, and then I started drinking a lot and doing other things. And then eventually I was like, okay, I think I need to go see somebody about this. And my mom was the one who was like, I think you should probably go to a therapist. And so I went, and then they first diagnosed me as bipolar. I was like, no, I'm pretty polar. I'm pretty like one person. I'm just crazy. And then they diagnosed me as manic depression. And so I was put on like so many different medications. And then they really took it down to like, they gave me like a written test. And then they gave me like, what are things that bring you comfort? And one of them was counting. Another one was like having the color coded everything. Like my books were always like color coded, like I read.
My book was color coded.
I was like, I clean for comfort, all these things. So all these things were like, okay, so it seems like you get really fixated on certain things versus ADHD, where you start something and then you get distracted easily. Like me, like I am one-tracked mind, really set into one thing. And so they were like, okay, you probably have OCD. And there wasn't as much research back then as there is now. And so I'm still learning ththings as we do this podcast about myself. I was like, oh my God, Mom, what did you do to me when I was a kid? Why do I have all these problems?
I feel like, I don't know if it's OCD, but I have this like anger panic when my day is like I have to wake up at 7 and then I do my Calm app, I do my planner, and then I journal. This needs to be done by 8, and then by that needs 8 from 8 to 9 I have to write stand up, and then from 9 to 10 I have to get a video ready, and then by 10 I have to eat my breakfast and post and take my birth control, and then at 10 I have to go for a quick 20-minute walk and get work set by work by 11. And if anything takes me off of my track, I am panic. I'm like, oh great, I'm not gonna make my dreams come true, I guess.
Sounds like you're an adult.
Oh my God.
No, just kidding. No, I mean, that is kind of it. Me, it's more like I have a fear of forgetting things. That's my biggest fear, is I forget something. So like if I forget something, I forget to write it down or something, I'm like so punishing to myself for it. And same thing if I haven't worked out in a week and I like hate myself for it right now.
Yeah, I'm not forgiving with myself at all.
My mind is constantly racing. I have nothing to calm me down. Like I take medication to help me sleep, and it's not so much to help me sleep, but just to make sure that I don't like get up at 2 a.m. and start writing things down excessively. Like it's like, this is just to like pause for a second. You know, it's like we just gave him a shot of rum. He's passed out. He'll be fine. It's like that, but it's sleeping meds. But yeah, and neither one of my parents have the same symptoms. But what's crazy now is like how, and this also has to do with the numbers thing, is like it's really big with autism. And I've been told before that I might be autistic, which I'm like, is that an insult? I don't know. I think that might be an insult. I don't think I'm autistic because I know autistic people. I've dated autistic people and I'm not them.
You don't seem autistic to me.
No, I'm pretty non-autistic. I don't know what.
But wait, before I forget, that's crazy that they diagnosed you bipolar.
Yeah, because so much of it was because I was depressed. Like, it was like I was doing drugs and drinking and hanging out with the wrong people because I hated myself at the time. I hated being sober. I hated who I was. And every teenager goes through that. But it got to the point where it's like, okay, this is getting to a level that's not healthy.
Yeah.
Like, I was not taking care of myself. And I was punishing myself by not taking care of myself. And like, when I went through social work and therapy, it was like, and I didn't really have a good therapist, which kind of sucks now because, like, the one I had back in Seattle was great. The one I recently had, but I moved here and now I need a new one. So any therapy want to sponsor me, that would be great.
Yeah, we should get a therapy. That's what sponsorship we should get.
We had like different exercises too. They had me like do different puzzles and stuff. Like, it was interesting, but they gave me medication. I ended up not liking it. And every doctor I've had to this day still wants me to be medicated, but I don't want to do it. I don't know why. When I took medication, it made me kind of like too like a robot.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah,
I
was like, I'm
that.
A goof. I just want to be a goof.
That'd be so sad if you were a robot.
And when I was on medication for bipolar, it really made me even more frustrated because bad things would happen. Like, a friend would pass away or something, and I couldn't get emotional about it.
Oh God!
It was like it was like hindering from me feeling things.
You were feeling constipated.
Yeah, like feeling constipated, and I was also probably constipated too because I wasn't eating either. Yeah, I did not take care of myself, and to this day, I have somehow managed it, and mainly with having like notes in my phone and like making sure that I, basically take care of the things I tell myself I'll take care of. But I'm also very punishing on myself, especially not having a job right now. Oh my God, there's a cat. There's a baby boy. So I was telling Mandy earlier when I was one time I was sending her like a speech to text, and my cat walked in the room and it was just like, on my way. Oh my God, is that a baby boy? Baby boy just walked into the room. And I don't even know my cat's name. It's just baby boy.
Been a weird text.
But yeah, and I do exercises at night before I go to bed. Having cats really helps too. Like, having something to take care of that isn't just myself. It's basically, I have to make sure that my mind is keeping itself busy. And so it's really hard right now, which is why I play so many video games.
Honestly, yeah, your mind is so busy.
Because my mind has to always be busy. Otherwise, I get stuck in that like zone of like punishing myself and then having these obsessive thoughts and start fixating on bad things, you know? I just want to get fixated on like going to the gym. Like, why can't it just be like the one thing, you know?
I do get very fixated because I'm always trying to like perfect myself, which is what my therapist said is not good. And I'm like, I need to be perfect. But like, that's what I do. Like, now I'm like, I've been mean to myself about always being bloated and like not getting like being like over more the weight than I like to be. So I'm like, if I do like the body gua sha and the dry brush and the thing, it's just me taking time.
Will it brush off the OCD? Will it get rid of it? If I exfoliate all my anxiety off, will it stay off?
I'd imagine.
Yeah, there you go.
That would be wonderful.
Having a skincare routine helps a lot too.
That's what I'm saying. It's just something that's like positive and like focusing on my body and zoning out and like being, just like body positive.
Routine was like the number one thing. Schedule, routine, and structure. So like the counting is a routine thing for people. Like having to unlock the car 3 times.
Yeah.
Like that's a really big one for people. Me, I do it because I don't know if it's unlocked.
I know that's like, I always say like, you know that you don't have anxiety if you're able to lock your car once and walk.
Yeah.
Like, imagine that. I can
almost
never
brought
do
my
that.
Suitcase into here, even though it's in my trunk and I'm parked right there. Like, and it's one of those things too where it's like there's things that are going to continuously come out research wise. So the funny thing about the autism thing, oh my God, this is a joke that I have on stage that when it does well, it does really well, and when it doesn't, it doesn't.
It's a risky one.
It's a risky one. Dallas will love it.
Okay.
No. Yeah. But basically, I had the whole. And you know how, I don't know if you remember like 2004 when Jenny McCarthy would be like, don't give your kids vaccine, they'll become autistic.
No.
Do you remember that?
No.
You don't remember? Oh my God. I'm sure some of you remember this, but like back when like Jim Carrey and Jenny McCarthy were a thing, she was like a big speaker for Autism Speaks because her son was autistic. And her big thing was like, do not give your babies vaccinations, they'll become autistic. It was a huge movement in the early 2000s. It was like, I remember her being on TV talking about this and people being like, oh, like, obviously there's no research to back that up, right?
Yeah, no.
And this is like 20 years ago when everyone could say whatever they wanted.
And everyone just believed it.
Yeah, and they just believed it. And now I'm like, maybe she was right because everyone seems to be autistic now.
Man.
It was like, you know, like the measles, like all these big diseases that were essentially eradicated started to come back because her movement really made people not want to get their kids vaccinated because they were questioning, like, you're right, we don't know what's in these vaccines, even though these people will go eat McDonald's, where it's like,
yeah,
you're just eating McDonald's.
Like people are such hypocrites.
There was that big movement where everything was like chemical free. When you're like, no, you need chemicals.
Yeah.
Chemical free doesn't mean healthy, you idiots. Like water is a chemical. But basically my bit was like, it's just so sad to me that like people were willing to give their kids diseases that are essentially eradicated, then like maybe them become a gamer or something. Like that was like, I had a whole bit about it and it did really well. When it didn't, people were like, oh my God, that's anti-autistic, that's ableist. I'm like, you're not listening to the joke. The joke is that it's silly that people would rather have their kids have diseases than become like a guy who doesn't look at you in the eyes when he talks to you. Like, I think measles is healthier for my child.
That's so funny.
And now it's like everyone's autistic. I was like, and maybe Jenny had something going on. I don't know.
No, it's really funny. And anytime anyone is offended by a joke, they didn't listen to the whole joke. Like they weren't listening. They didn't get it.
They didn't get it. But I do understand, like, you have to be really careful now, especially with things like that, because, you know, ableism, all the isms and phobics are big in comedy because they're like, oh, no one laughed at me, what if I just fucking hate trans people? Like that's how a lot of comedians are. And I'm like, no, I'm very much on your side, autistic people. You guys watch my streams. Trust me, my audience, you are my audience, please. Understand this joke, for the love of God.
Yeah, it's not coming from a
I
bad
went to a
place.
Sonic the Hedgehog event yesterday. You guys would have loved it, okay? Oh my God.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well, we've got a lot more number stuff.
Yeah, these are all like crazy things.
Yeah, so I'll read some to you. So first, there's signs that someone may have an unhealthy obsession with numbers, or numerology included. So let's see if any of these signs.
I'm like staring at this.
I know
cat.
The cat is. This is why you have your cat cam.
This cute aggression is that I want to eat.
Don't eat the cat and focus.
Okay.
We've lost her, guys. We've lost her to the cute cat. Okay. So these are signs. Tell me if you have these signs or not. She says she doesn't have ADHD. Do you hear that, people?
There is a fluff monster on the ground. I'm taking a picture when this is uploaded so they know that this beautiful child. Also, as cats get older, they get like permanent bedhead, and it's the cutest thing ever.
It is the cutest cat.
Anyways,
okay,
sorry.
These are signs that you might have an unhealthy obsession with numbers. 1, preoccupation with numbers. They may frequently think or talk about numbers, their meaning and significance.
Imagine being on a date and someone just like brings up, what's your favorite number? Oh my God, I love the number 16. Oh my God, do you want to get 16 drinks tonight? Do you want to have sex 16 times? Did you know I'm only 16 years old? Sorry, back to what you're saying.
You know that's happened on a date.
Actually,
for sure.
16 is my favorite number.
Is it?
I don't even know why.
Huh.
I just really like it.
I've never heard that be anyone's favorite number.
It was my number when I did soccer when I was 12, and I was like, that's my number.
I was going to say, you kind of hold on to your childhood sports number. Like, that's your number.
Yeah, and I don't play a sport at all now.
7 was always the coolest person's number. I got it 1 year playing soccer, and then it was like, I got it actually a couple times, but then everyone wanted 7.
I just wanted 4, 8, 16. I like the 4s.
Oh yeah,
I just played Final Fantasy 16. It was all right. Okay, sorry. Back to what you're saying.
No, it's great. over-reliance on numerology. They may rely too heavily on numerology to make a decision or guide their life choices. Ooh, that would be bad.
Yikes.
Right?
What if you're like, I can't make more than $1 million? Sorry. I have to really cut it off at that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think in a way that would happen, though.
I wonder if it happened like while driving or on a freeway. Like, I can't take this exit. I have to wait till
I can't go over 30 miles an hour. You're just the worst person on the road.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's crazy. I do know people who won't take certain exits.
That's what I mean. Like, I feel like...
Or like, it's weird too, because like we say that like the number obsession's unhealthy, but there's still hotels that don't have a 13th floor. And I'm like, what the fuck?
No.
Isn't that weird?
That is so weird that that's still a thing.
I don't get it. It's like someone's weird superstition just became a norm and we just accept it.
It is bizarre. I wrote down, I'll read it to you in a minute, why 13 is unlucky. Because it is such a phenomenon.
Yeah, well, the way they say 4 in Japanese is the word for death.
Ooh.
So 4 is an unlucky number. Unlucky. 4 is unlucky.
4 is an unlucky number.
4 is an unlucky number in Japan.
I didn't know that.
Oh my God. I did a ninja temple. It was kind of like a tour thing, and it was all in Japanese. And there was a room that they called the death room because it had like 4. Everything was in 4s. It had 4 walls, 4 tatami mats, 4 things, and it was like basically to intimidate their enemies because 4 is death in Japan.
So they just walked in and saw 4 of
I was
everything.
like, isn't that crazy?
You had some psychological.
I was like, well, make sure not to get the number 4 tattooed on me when I go there.
You can't have tattoos anyway, so a tattoo and a 4, they really hate you.
It's crazy.
Man, okay. 3, which is exactly what we just talked about, superstition. They may believe in the magical properties of certain numbers in the numerology to predict the future.
Sorry, it's called she. That's how they pronounce 4.
Okay, she. So she is unlucky.
Particularly in the maternity section of a hospital, the room number 43 is avoided because it literally means stillbirth. That's fucking crazy.
That's scary.
Totally interrupted you, but I just had to look it up.
No, it's good.
She.
4, compulsive behavior.
Yeah.
They may feel compelled to perform certain actions or rituals based on numerology. So that's just what we were just talking about.
Yeah, like if you're obsessed with the number 666, maybe. Yeah. Maybe that's a red flag on this list.
Yeah, no. I saw like a license plate the other day and they had 666 and I was like, I wouldn't want that on my car.
Also, like for someone who has been like I went through the goth, emo, punk phase. I still am. I just dress like an adult now. Like most of at least the dudes that are into that shit is like the most boring sex I've ever had. I'm like, you're not allowed to have the fucking devil's number if you're like, did you come yet? Did you come yet?
Ew.
Like, ew, no, you're not even kinky. You just listen to Marilyn Manson and wear makeup. Like, there's nothing about you that's dangerous or like bad boy.
Oh,
you just like wearing black.
His screen name is All Black 69.
Right?
Ooh.
666 devil child.
Ew.
Won't go down on you, but I'm a devil child.
So gross. I can picture this person perfectly.
Yeah, I've showed you him. Anyways.
I know who. Okay. 5, difficulty in letting go of numbers. They may become upset or distressed with certain numbers do not appear in a particular sequence.
Interesting.
Okay.
Like, sorry, I have to break up with you. I'm just in love with the number 5.
Could you imagine getting broken up that way?
Yeah, like you have to date someone who has 5 letters in their name or something. That's weird.
All right. Social isolation. They may withdraw from social activities and relationships to devote more time to numerology. You're isolating yourself because you want to flick the bean to numbers.
The number 5. You can go find the emo goth guy. You guys can hang out together. That's so weird. I mean, I shouldn't say that's weird, but I guess if you are fixated on something that's unhealthy, it could be literally anything.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Huh. Do you think these people are good at math?
No, I'm terrible at math. I'm very open about how bad I am at math. I'm like, I don't believe in it. That's why. I'm like, I know how to add, subtract, divide, and multiply. And then why the fuck would I know anything else? I'm not going to be a physicist, which I've never said that word perfectly until now. Physicist. I just discovered I can't say the word
yeah.
I can't say the word shoulder without thinking about it.
Shoulder. It's a lot of shush.
Must be nice.
Just bragging over here.
No, I'm not good at math. Like I that's why part of the reason I went to alternative school is because I was like, why would I need to know any of this? I just need to know how to tip and spend money and save money.
But you would think like people that are obsessed with numerology would like that should be their like go-to. Like we like making people laugh, comedy. You like numbers, math.
I like the quote from Mean Girls. They're like, why do you like math so much? Because it's the same in every country. It's so beautiful.
Wow, Tina Fey.
Yeah. Her brilliant writing.
Jeez. I do love Tina Fey. Financial problems. They may spend large amounts of money on numerology-related items or services.
I'm obsessed with the number 0, so I just make sure my bank always has 0 on it.
Oh my God, me too.
It's crazy.
I didn't know
I'm
that.
Not broke. I just really like having the number 0 in my account with nothing else next to it. I guess that does make sense. Like if you want like an even number and you're like, oh, I gotta spend more money to make it to that number.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I'm gonna use that from now on. Oh my God, look how he's posed. I am gonna cry.
He sleeps on his back.
This is why we don't film things at my apartment, because I would just have to be like, I'm sorry, numbers. Yeah, I have 3 cats. Those are numbers. Financial, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it is.
I'm gonna blame my financial situation on numbers now. Oh, it's not that I can't get a job. I just really love having no money.
I could justify anything. That's a good one. So I don't know. A lot of those signs kind of just seem like signs that you could put anything in. Like,
yeah. But now that we've been talking about it, like the whole superstition thing, like the number 4 in Japanese, and then the number 13, which still is like. It's so silly to me.
Yeah.
It's like when people are like, oh, if a black cat crosses the street, it's bad luck. Mm-hmm. I think that cat just needs to go to cross the street. Like
he's just getting somewhere.
We are going to do an episode on superstitions at some point. But like the 13 one always bugged me because I never thought 13 was an unlucky number. Why am I keep saying unlucky? Irish Lisa coming in tonight.
Wait, I should read why 13 is unlucky because I didn't even know why. So it says very early in history, 12 was considered a perfect number and maybe that's one word. And maybe that's why there was 12 people at the Last Supper, plus Judah, who betrayed Jesus and made it 13 instead. Nonetheless, Judah is considered the 13th apostle. Apostle?
Now we can't even say things.
Oh. Some people also... How unlucky. I think because the 13 kind of cursed us.
It did. It's the cat. It's the cute aggression. It got to my brain.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so some people also believe that very early in the Bible, the number 13 meant rebellion against God. So it's because some dude killed Jesus that was the 13th guest.
I think that's kind of badass. So then what's the 666 then? Isn't that a devil thing?
I don't know.
That's weird to me. It's like we're holding on to something that doesn't even matter anymore. But God forbid I don't get over my exes. Oh my God.
All right, so this next one.
The 1111 thing always fascinates me too. Do you ever do the 1, 2, 3, 4 make a wish?
No.
Like when it's like 1, 2, 3, I always say it when I see it on a clock. Like 1, 2, 3, 4 make a wish.
I think that's way more fun to see than 1111.
You say 9/11 make a wish.
Oh no.
9/11 never forget.
Never forget. 1111. My mom and her husband do like text each other at 1111. But to me, I think it's like I love law of attraction things, but I don't love when there's something that so many people do. Like 1111 just seems so overused.
Yeah, I know everyone's PIN number. Anytime I ask for 5 numbers, I do 80085 because it spells boobs.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah, I'm a dum dum.
Did you start doing this before or after your boobs?
No, I just always fixated on boobs. See, weirdly obsessed with boobs. Next episode. There you go.
No, I had a friend who was obsessed with the number 28. And she was like, I see 28 everywhere.
That was the worst year of my life, being 28. But anyways.
I'm sorry.
Your friend sucks.
I know. But this is my thing when people say things with numbers. I think you can see any number all the time if you look at it. Look for it. So she said she was obsessed with 28. So we had this conversation. Then I saw the number 28 everywhere.
Yeah, it's like when you buy your car and you're like, everyone drives a fucking Nissan Altima.
Exactly.
Everyone does drive a Nissan Altima. But yeah, and then that's the thing is that I never got into that with my OCD, which I think is good. I think mine was always more like comforting, like counting stairs and stuff. But yeah, being obsessed with something specifically and seeing it everywhere, I'm like, why can't I see money everywhere then? Oh my God, I'm obsessed with finding a $20 bill in my pocket. Oh, that's weird. There's one in here. That's funny. Yeah. I never found mine was just always like the pair of 4s because I always thought it was like a perfect number. Like 8 is like an infinity when you put it to the side. And that was it. It wasn't anything like lucky. I got 16. Nice. It's a cute number. It's a hot girl number.
Yeah, it is a hot girl number.
Yeah, I think about it. Six
has like a red color to it.
Yeah, I love that we're like coming up with our own numbers. Now we're going to be obsessed with a number after this show.
We probably will. My favorite number was 13. Then when 7 was taken, I said,
because you're a devil child.
I'm going to the dark side. Yeah, I said, if 7 is taken, then I'm going to 13.
And they're like, ooh. And then it was 66. 666.
Yeah, I don't know. Then I was looking into, so I love the law of attraction things, but sometimes when it's so like overdone. But what it says last thing on that was in numerology, various spiritual beliefs, 1111 is often considered a sign of awakening, a nudge to remind you to pay attention to your thoughts and the synchronicities around you. So I like that. I just don't like that everyone does it.
Well, when it's 11:11 at night, I have enough time to play Helldivers before I have to go to bed. So I guess it is kind of a lucky number because I'm like, that's 40-something minutes before midnight. Okay, we're good. Yeah, that's the only thing. And and I think about the only counting thing that I did, and I don't know if you did this. You ever count the people you've slept with?
No.
That was mine. I always try to get to an even number by the end of the year. Even when I was in a relationship, I was like, look, buddy, you're going to have to become another person by the end of the year. No. That was another thing, too. It was like, we would always do that, counting calories. And I was like, is this kind of fall into the same trap? Probably.
The sleeping with people number?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. My numbers are very low, everyone. I'm just letting you know.
They're even numbers and they're low.
All those devil dudes I was sleeping with really ruined it for me. So I was looking for some kinks. You guys were just giving me vanilla, just
lame.
Kidding. Anyways, back to the next thing before we dig into that part of my life.
I
also like how you wrote Nikola Tesla. Tesla.
Oh, I spelled it wrong.
That's good because I hate Teslas. So I just genuinely don't like seeing that word.
Oh, shit. Well, we're going to talk about Mr. Nikola.
We're going to talk about words on the next episode anyway.
Nikola.
Nikola.
So which I was looking into this when I was trying to do like manifest journaling. So he was a brilliant inventor and engineer who had a deep fascination with numbers. He believed that the numbers 3, 6, and 9 were especially significant and that they held the key to understanding the universe. Tesla's fascination with these numbers began in his early childhood. He would often see these numbers in his dreams, and he believed that they were a sign from the universe. As he grew older, Tesla began to study mathematical and spiritual properties of these numbers. He found that they were present in all aspects of the universe, from the smallest particles to the largest of galaxies. Galaxies. Tesla believed that the numbers 3, 6, 9 were the foundation of the universe. He said that they were the key to the universe, and that if we only understood their true meaning, we would be able to unlock the secrets of the cosmos. Tesla believed in the power of these numbers, led him to develop a number of theories about the universe. For example, he believed that the number 3 was the key to understanding the structure of matter. The number 6 was the key to understanding the flow of energy. And the number 9 was the key to understanding the nature of consciousness.
When you write, do you do the rule of 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, oh my God. Look at us. We're digging into ourselves a little more.
Yeah. Huh.
Isn't it sad Tesla was such like an amazing person and then Elon just kind of ruined the name?
He took his name.
Also, another funny thing. I mean, this is more goofy, but anytime I look at my viewership on stream, it is almost always at 69.
Really?
And then I say 69 viewers, nice. And like my audience will do it with me. And then I'll like look at my average viewer and it'll be a completely different number. I'm like, why do I always see it when it's at 69?
Weird.
I think it's because I'm a goof. But my other lucky number is 420. So, I mean, like the number 3 makes sense to me because it's like the Father, Son, the Holy Spirit. We always do the rule of 3s. Same thing like when I'm building a story or when I'm like writing something, I always like try to do like if you're writing a short paragraph, I go with 3 sentences. You know, like when I'm writing like my resume, I did my about me. I did like 1 sentence of who I am, 1 sentence of what I've done, 1 sentence of what I'm looking for. I always try to do the rule of 3.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So 3 is a big one.
It is a big one. 6 and 9, maybe he was just like, huh. Nice.
Sick. I feel like there was someone who was also obsessed with 3 on here. There was a lot of people. Is it odd I'm obsessed with the number 3? Like it's not like I like this number, but more of like I live and breathe this number. And if something isn't in 3s, I have to make it 3, and it's starting to worry me.
Like 3 sums? What does he mean? But that's the thing is like I'm trying to think of what he's like got to own 3 cars. I mean, I have 3 cats, but that wasn't on purpose.
Yeah, I wish like they would give more examples. Yeah. Like what do you do?
Like what do you do? Murder 3 people in one night?
I guess he can't murder anyone because 3's too many.
I guess like the whole like light switching thing does make sense, but it's like, oh, you have to have 3 meals a day. Like maybe I used to get anxiety about that. If I didn't have
3 meals a day.
If I didn't have 3 meals a day, it always had anxiety. I'd be like breakfast, lunch, and it got too late. I'm like, I have to eat before bed, even though it's midnight.
Yeah.
Why? Because I just have to get my 3 meals in. I'm like, why am I doing this to myself?
Yeah, it's weird.
Take 3 shots at once. Shoot heroin 3 times. You know, it's normal numbers of 3s.
Just feel better.
3 is probably a good one. I honestly really want to go back and figure out why I like the numbers 4, 8, and 16. Did you see anything about that?
No.
8 I know because of the infinity. I just love how 8's like a loop.
It's a good one.
The other one, 4, I don't know. Maybe when I was 4 years old, something good happened.
Yeah, I don't know.
When I was 16, it was like a terrible year. I had to go to school. I hated it. Like,
yeah. 16 is not a good one.
But anytime someone like pick a number, I always say 16. I don't know why.
I think we really do just stick to the number that was our childhood sport.
Which is terrible for blackjack. Because if you feel like 16, you're like, I probably should get another card.
Oh, yeah.
I also shouldn't.
That's not a good one.
It's not a good number to have.
Yeah, numbers are like, it sounds so ditzy when you're like, numbers are everywhere, man.
Yeah. Then there's people who are like scared of numbers.
So there's actually a phobia of people who are scared of the number 13. That must be a lot of people.
It's numerophobia.
That sounds cool.
Fear of dealing with number. Actually, it says condition is fear of dealing with numbers or math. I definitely have that. I hate math. Ugh, do not make me count. I am so terrified of it.
You're a numeroonia.
Numeroonia. There's actually different ones. So that one is for 13. For 17, it's heptadicophobia. Fear of 23 is just 23 enigma. Curse of 39 is scared of 39. Fear of 666 is
what's that?
hexacophobia. You want to talk about a long fucking word?
Oh my god.
What even? Yeah.
Hexacosio-hexi. It sounds like a witch curse.
It sounds like a curse, honestly. Oh my god. And the fear of 23, I wonder what that is. Because I've heard that before too. And tetraphobia is a fear of 4. Curse of 39 is a fear of number 9. In some parts of Afghanistan, the number is considered to be cursed or a badge of shame as it is linked with prostitution. Oh, so you're scared of women. Okay.
Oh, lame. Loser.
I don't think this has anything to do with the fear of numbers, but I just remembered Rule 34. So I want you to look up what Rule 34 is.
Okay.
Oh my God, the definition is so funny.
Rule 34. I'm going to read the top one. It says, if it exists, there is porn of it. Serving,
This Rule 34 is the website you're looking at. As in, if you have a porn that you, a kink that you specifically like, you know what? I think My Little Pony's sexy.
Yeah, it says, My Little Pony.
You look it up and it's in there.
Oh my God, what would be the weirdest cartoon porn?
I mean,
is there SpongeBob
You're
porn?
asking the wrong person
Lots
about
of holes.
that. There's a the Wikipedia definition is the internet meme which claims that internet pornography exists concerning every possible topic. Variations. I do not want Rule 34. If it exists, there's porn of it. Rule 34. If it exists, it can be imagined. There is internet porn of it. Rule 34. If you can imagine it, it exists as internet porn. They're just saying different ways of saying it.
I thought of a good one I want to see. I want it.
I'm getting you into hentai now. Okay. Here we go.
I want to see what they would do with some cat dog. Because there's 2 holes.
There's definitely cat dog porn. I'm telling you right now. And I probably have seen it on accident. I really want to look up the fear of the number 17, though.
Why
That's
17?
Crazy. 17th is considered unlucky, unfortunate in Italy. It is the number of fear due to superstition, is similar in nature to the fear of 13. It's to be considered an ill-fated in Italy. That is Friday the 17th is their version of Friday the 13th.
Weird.
That's crazy. Anyways.
Yeah, I forgot about Friday the 13th. I feel like 13 is definitely the most known number for the wrong reasons.
I do know another one that I just brought up. Have you ever heard of, I think it's called the 20, maybe it's the 27th Club. Have you ever heard of that?
I know. What's the club at Disney?
Okay, that's not that. It's not an actual club. It is basically that all rock stars had a curse of dying before 27. Yes. That was a big thing too. I just remembered that. Oh my God.
Oh, that's a good one. I want to look up the list.
My nose is running because I can't stand looking at this cute cat. The 27th Club was like, there's so many actors, musicians, and celebrities that died at 27.
There's a lot of them. So, okay, let's get the list of it.
Wow. Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison, Kurt Cobain, Amy Winehouse. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I'm past 27.
That is so crazy. That's like a lot. They all kind of have the same theme to them. They're like rock and roll.
Yeah, they're all like too badass to live longer.
Was Heath Ledger 27?
I don't know. Now look at us. Now we're just Googling things. Heath Ledger was 28.
Damn.
That's crazy. But he died in January 22nd.
He was 22 days over.
That is crazy.
Over the year.
The year. He died of the year after, though. That's crazy. Anyways, wild episode today.
Yeah.
Lots of number stuff. We learned, oh my God, now I'm like mad because I'm like, I have more things I want to talk about, but I just fucking need to grab this cat.
She's going to squeeze the shit out of this cat after.
I am. I'm going to eat its ear. I'm going to bite its tail off. Talk about weirdly obsessed with cute fuzzy shit. Anyways, today was an interesting episode. Thank you so much for the topic suggestions, stream people.
Yeah, if you have any other comment here, also thank you for everyone who left good reviews on iTunes and Spotify.
And we haven't checked the Reddit. I know a couple people have asked about it, but we do have a Reddit for our podcast. If you guys want to talk about it, you can post your Rule 34 stuff in there if you want to.
We'll add the link on our Instagram link tree. You'll find the link to the Reddit there. But yeah, keep on giving reviews if you haven't. It's so helpful in the algorithm. Yay!
Yeah.
And yeah, you guys have been great.
Yeah. And thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.
And watching.
And yeah, our Patreon, we're going to put it at the Thursday. So starting after this episode, our Patreon, I mean, don't hold us to this, but it should be every Thursday. We don't have an episode here. You will see an episode on there. So
at least once or twice a month.
Yeah, the Patreon will be like the white pill of your birth control. So you won't forget about us every Thursday. Okay.
I was not paying attention. I was too like a cat.
Anyways,
thank you so much for listening to us today.
Bye.